So I used to do Doordash on the side, just for some extra cash. Nothing too crazy, until a few months ago, when something happened that I still can't stop thinking about. It was around 11 p.m. and I was finishing up my last order for the night. The delivery was in a quiet, upscale LA neighborhood, nothing out of the ordinary. I pull up, leave the car running like I always do, grab the food, and drop it off. This was the regular routine for me and nothing seemed out of the ordinary at all. That is, until I started walking back to my car. Something just felt off. I can't explain it, but the air felt heavier. Like I could sense something was wrong before I even got to the door. I get in the driver's seat of my car, close the door, and then I glanced in the rearview mirror. And that's when I saw him. There was a guy sitting in my back seat. Just sitting there, hoodie pulled over his face, completely still. My heart dropped and I was just stuck there frozen, staring at him through the mirror, trying to figure out how the hell he got in my car. Shaking, I managed to utter the words, "Can I help you?" And that's when he leaned forward, just a little, and I could finally see his eyes. They were wide and bloodshot, like he hadn't slept in days. He leaned back and in the calmest voice said, "Drive." I have no idea why I did, but I did. I just started driving, my mind racing, trying to figure out what to do next. He didn't say anything else. He just sat there, completely calm, while I drove through these dark streets. I was just freaking out inside, thinking this was it. This is how I'm gonna get robbed, or worse, die. A couple miles later, he told me to take a turn down this dark side street. There were barely any streetlights. All I could think was, this is where it's gonna go down, it's about to happen. But right as we approached, I saw a gas station. It was well lit and there were a few people outside hanging out. I slammed on the brakes knowing this was my only chance. I threw the car in park, jumped out, and started screaming for help. People started gathering around, and that's when the gas station clerk came out and asked what was going on. I told him that there was someone in my back seat. Still shaken with fear, I turned around to see what the man was gonna do now. But he was gone. There was no sign of him anywhere. He just vanished out of thin air. I had no idea how he got out so fast or where he even went, but I didn't care. I just got back in my car, locked the doors, and drove straight home. I've replayed that night over and over in my head, and it still doesn't make any sense. This was months ago, and I still haven't touched the Doordash app since. I don't know if I ever will. It's not worth risking something like that happening again.